Hi, class. I hope you're enjoying your summer so far. We're about to start our Psych 105, which is the interviewing and counseling. Keep in mind, this is going to be a very, very busy course. One of the things that I have to be able to assess you on is your skills and ability to pick up some of the skills that are necessary for interviewing and counseling, whatever your job may be. So I try and do this beyond the scope of this is a psychology course, but I know that many of you probably are not going to be going into a psychology field. So this could be applied to management, it can be applied to teaching, or really anything within the field. If you're interviewing or being interviewed, these are gonna be some skills that are gonna be useful to you. So with that in mind, this is a 17-week course smashed into only 4 weeks. So as you can imagine, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to need to be accomplished so that I can assess your abilities. So and I'm going to give you a brief walkthrough here of what the system is set up like in the platforms that you'll need to access. I try to make this as seamless and effortless as possible, and hopefully on your end, you'll be able to access what you need to immediately. If you have any technical difficulties, please let me know immediately. Because if for whatever reason you can't access MindTap, then that would be a hindrance to you being able to complete the assignments, and therefore you won't be able to get a grade on those items. So very important, reach out to me immediately, and I'll talk more about that in just a minute. So let me share my screen with you so I can walk you through what our course looks like. I'm not going to go too much into the weeds here, but I just want to give you a brief overview of what you can expect and how to access some of these items. Okay. All right. So hopefully you can see my screen here. I believe you can. It looks like looks like I can see it in my viewer. So, I opened up our interviewing and counseling screen. And this is the home screen that you should see. Now, any important announcements will be located off to the right, at least it's on the right of my screen under announcements. I'm going to be posting some announcements as we go through the course, so check there. I oftentimes send an email along with it, so you'll be able to see it through your email or see it through this announcement, okay? For your assigned work. Now, a lot of students, if you can see along this top blue menu, a lot of students can access, well, all students can access any of the assignments, discussions, quizzes, and grades through these tabs on the top. I advise against that because, as you can see, like if I open up assignments, there's not going to be a whole lot there just because I have the links set up elsewhere. Discussions, you can use these if you want to access them quickly and see what they are, but it tends to be cumbersome and students sometimes get lost because the due dates don't show up there, as well as quizzes. If you just need a quick list of what the quizzes are, the exams, section exams, you can find that under the quizzes tab. But what I primarily encourage students to use is the content tab, because this is where I organize the course into each week and what's due that week, and you just get a better organization if you can access this tab. All right, so as you can see, we have at the very top overview, which is where your syllabus will be located. So if you need a copy of that, which I also attached to your welcome email, you can locate that there. All right. Under course materials, this is the link that you should click on, and I believe you may have to log in, but this is where you're going to access your book and MindTap, and all the assignments that are relevant to this course are going to be located under that universal link. Now, I've done a little bit above and beyond and went through and extracted each of the assignments and put those links in here so you can just access them as we go through them along with the due date. So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier for you to find everything. So below that, you have your introduction to Brightspace. If this is your first time using Brightspace, you can use these resources here to help you navigate Brightspace a little easier. tutoring and technology. If you need tutoring, I've got some links located under this tab. Getting started. We're not going to be doing a whole lot of formatting within this class, but if you need some examples of what APA are, you can certainly use this there. We're not going to be really submitting paper assignments in here, so you can probably disregard this unless you have to add like a citation or something. These would be some sources you can use. Now, probably one of the most important tabs for this class, if you want to communicate with me or with your classmates, would be under general questions and discussions. So you'll use this, click on this link here, and it'll take you to our general forum where you can go in there. And actually, yeah, it doesn't show up in here because we don't have any threads. But look through here and see if other students have asked a question. If they didn't ask that question that you need an answer to, go ahead and start a new thread, and either they will answer it or I'll answer it. I'll help you out with it. I check this very regularly, probably more so than email. So if you want a quick answer, this is the best, most efficient way to get a hold of me so I can help you out. And plus, it adds the benefit. So if other students have a similar question, they can see what my response is instead of getting several emails about the same thing. Okay. So below that, we have our week 1 through 4. So there are only 4 weeks in this semester or in this course. So it's going to go by pretty quickly. Under week 1, I have everything broken out into reading. So if you click on reading, it'll take you to the link, which when you click on this will transport you over to MindTap, and you can complete the reading within there. And you'll do this for each chapter. Under resources, you have your PowerPoint slides, your lecture slides, which are a great source if you want to just recap things that you read about or follow along with what you're reading about. And then underneath there, I provided some activities, practice activities and videos. So these are also links to either YouTube channels, or they might be videos that I've selected through MindTap. And these are just to give you examples of what some of these interviewing techniques are going to look like. So they're very, very useful. It's not required that you do anything. I know some of them have questions in there. Don't worry about answering the questions if you don't want to. If you want to practice, great. You can use those as a tool. So that's pretty much all we have about within the resources. Under assignments, this is where your graded work is evaluated. Okay, so anything that is due is going to be under this assignment tab for each week. So we're going to start off with case studies. So each week, we're going to have 4 to 5 case studies that are going to be due, 1 for each chapter. And this is just to allow me to see how you understand some of these case conceptualizations. If there's a particular client or interviewee, how you would respond to those cases as you read them. Okay, so this is mostly the written portion of the assignment. So those are the case studies, and there will be 4 for week 1. And I'll explain the due dates. Actually, I'll talk about the due dates right now. So by Tuesday, you'll have Chapter 1 case study and Chapter 1 helper studio, which is located down here below case studies. You'll have those due by Tuesday. The reason I do these so quickly is because I want to make sure that your technology is working, that you don't have any questions, that you understand the assignments. I would like these bigger issues to be fleshed out a little earlier in the course. So if there are any issues, I can help you immediately, and you won't bust due dates and get zeros for these assignments, because that's not what I want at all. So that's the reason why I do that. And then Wednesday, we have Chapter 2 case study and helper studios due. So you can locate those under these tabs here. And after that, pretty much with the exception of the reflection discussion, everything is going to be due on Sunday of each week. Now, it's very important that you keep those due dates in mind, and you don't miss the Sunday, because for this course, unfortunately, it's so fast-paced. I just will not be able to accept late work. So make sure you're aware of the due dates. I've advertised them everywhere. They're within MindTap. They're within um, within Brightspace itself. So as I said, with the exception of the reflection post, so each week I'd like to have a reflection on what you learned, what you found useful, what you struggled with, what were some of the challenges, what are some of the maybe cultural or family values things that came up for you that might introduce bias into how you conduct your interviews and counseling sessions. So to that end, I have these reflection posts by Friday of each week. Make sure, and again, I'm going to be very strict with this due date, unfortunately, because I want to make sure everybody has their posts in, so students can respond to at least 2 of them before the end of the week, which is on Sunday. Okay, so please, please, please make sure everything else can be due on Sunday, but the reflection post is due on Friday. So keep that in mind. And I give you a couple options with these. One of the things I like to do is provide a little bit of variety. I know that discussion posts can tend to be tedious and monotonous, but I added a little bit of variety in here, and I'm giving you a choice. So by Friday, pick one of these topics, and then by Sunday, respond to at least two of your colleagues, either with differing views or similar views, and what insights you gain from that. Okay, so that's your reflection post. By Sunday of each week, we will have section exams. Okay, and I also forgot to mention, by Tuesday, you will have due the orientation quiz, and also where to go? Oh, also the under reflection, I noticed down here, you have your orientation activities. Please try and get these in by Tuesday, because by Tuesday I have to account for attendance, and if you have not completed these, I will be marking 0 attendance, which could affect your financial aid. So very, very, very important that you get your orientation quiz and your class introduction done. All right. So with the section exam, also due by Sunday, this is going to be a comprehensive, basically regurgitation of knowledge of what you learned over the chapters that you read and the work that you did. So it consists of 25 multiple choice questions, and you can take the exam. You can use the text that you read, any personal notes, and you are limited to taking them 3 times. Okay, so I'll take the score of your highest of the 3 that you attempt. Okay, just to kind of give you a little bit of flexibility in there, because some of the questions are a little bit tougher. All right, so generally that's it. Each week is going to be set up the same way, so there's not going to be too much variation. I will pay your attention to week 3. Week 3 is going to be very, very busy, because instead of 4 chapters, I included 4 chapters from one section. I included 5 chapters from a total of 2 sections. Okay, so there's going to be an extra chapter, and the reason I did that is because week 4 is short. It's going to be only 4 days long. We end on Thursday, so also be aware of that. So to compensate for that, I only gave you 2 chapters from section 5 on week 4, but you're going to have sections 3 and 4 due on that week. So a little bit busier. The only thing that really changes, other than having one more chapter in there, is that you're going to have 2 section quizzes. So pay attention to that. Section 3 and section 4 exams. Again, similarly, 25 questions, worth 50 points each. Okay. Looking over at MindTap, very similarly set up. Yeah, now you can access this through that universal link, which I put in course materials, and go through this and try and navigate through this if you want. However, I don't really, I have individual links within Brightspace, which should make it a little easier. I don't really recommend going this route, just using those links in Brightspace to take you directly to the assignment. So the case study, very simple. You click on the case study, and Let's see if it gives me, yeah, okay, it gives me the same, same view you should have. You start assignment now, it'll give you the case, and then you just answer those questions. Make sure you're answering all three of them as to get full credit. Okay, there are three, and you got the tabs on the left-hand side. For the helper studio, your first one will be the case of, oh, I'm sorry, this is chapter 2. So the chapter 2 one will be the case of Barbara. This one will be due on Wednesday. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to play through this video, and you're going to watch a live mock interview or counseling session with individuals. This one for this week will be Barbara. And then you're going to answer your reflection questions and then respond to Barbara using the camera. Okay, your camera, and you can either use your camera and screen, you can record directly on here. I believe there's an option to upload a video if you want to record on your device and upload it on here, but it has to be uploaded to MindTap. Again, if you experience any problems that you can't get the recordings to work, let me know immediately. Contact the help desk. There's a link right underneath the video here. It says need help, and that will either bring up an FAQ that will help you and guide you through your technology struggles, or will give you an opportunity to get in touch with somebody from MindTap. All right. So anyway, this is how this is set up. Again, if you encounter any camera issues or audio, it'll give you a chance to review it. And if something is not working, let me know. Let the help desk know at MindTap. Okay. So that's about it. Hopefully, the hope is everybody gets off, technology works, everybody's communicating. I don't usually have too many problems with technology. Occasionally we do, but try a different browser. That might be something that will be helpful for you. And again, just reach out to me or tech support if you have any issues. Okay. So that's it. That's really all I have for today. Again, if you have any questions, post them in the discussion forum. If it's something about grades, or if you're struggling with technology or have something personal you want to talk to me about, I'm happy to meet with you individually. Just send me an email regarding your issues, or if you want to meet one-on-one, send me a list of 3 dates and times that you're available. And if I'm available, we can certainly meet. Okay. That's all I have for now. We'll see you in the course.